Well, looking at the market in today's trading session in positive territory, talk us through some of the major movers. We see Safaricom moving about 18.08 million shares. That really on the back of the positive results that they released last week.
All right, thank you. Today, I think the big movers today was Kenya Power Limited, and mostly attribute this to the good result that they had given. And also you are aware that Kenya Power is trading on dividend of 0.3 cents. The other mover was Safaricom, as you've mentioned, and I think you've seen them reporting very good and strong results for half year 2012 on the back of improved earnings and the revenue, and most of the contribution on the Safaricom good performance was on non-data revenues. I think Kenya Power and Safaricom are the main movers today.
Looking at Williamson's tea up 5%, sitting at 210 shillings in today's trading session. Any major fundamentals moving that stock?
No, today there was no major. If you notice, very thin volumes traded on Williamson tea. I think it's just some supply and demand factor. Otherwise, there's no major material announcement on Williamson tea.
We did have some results coming out. Let's start off with Standard Chartered Bank. We know that it also came out with the rights issue results in yesterday's trading session. But in terms of the results front, the 9-month pre-tax profit jumping nearly 70%. What are your thoughts on those results?
I think in terms of the performance, Standard Chartered has maintained the good performance that we saw in half-year results. The 9 months results that you have just seen today, the profit after tax is up 66%. And if you notice, this is mainly attributed to non-interest income, which was up 50%. And something to note on the Standard Chartered, last year, a time like this is really suffered on their bonds portfolio. But as you're aware, in the Q2 and part of Q3, the interest rates and the bond yields started to come down. So we've seen an improvement in their bond portfolio.
And another bank out with results, a cooperative bank up pre-tax profit up 33%. That's really driven by an expansion in the loan book there. What are your major takeouts out of these results?
I think my major take on results for Cooperative Bank, which are positive, that they've managed to grow the balance sheet. If you check on customer deposits, they are up 13%. Loan and advances to customer are also up 11%, and this has translated to an increase in the interest income.
And it's all about whether in the fourth quarter will we see these kind of results coming through for some of these banks. We've had KCB releasing the results. We also had Diamond Trust Bank. So your thoughts on the fourth quarter and the kind of results we can see coming through from the banking sector?
Full year results, definitely they are going to be better compared to last year. But if you notice on the quarter on quarter, there have been some marginal increase or even some decrease in the banking results. So what I'm expecting to see for the full year is an improvement from last year. But if you check on quarter, there's been some marginal increase in the performance of the banks. And I think you are going also to see some increase in the loan book, driven by the interest rates are coming down, and this we might see some interest in uptake of the loans from customers. And
which banks are you putting your money on right now?
As you're aware, the banking stock have really rose very fast, high. But I think there's still some value in Kenya Commercial Bank, and I still see some value in NIC in terms of the valuation. They are still trading at low P's, and I see there's still some room for it for KCB and NIC Bank to appreciate year to date.
Well, let's look at the secondary bond market. We did have the central bank cutting rates by 200 basis points. What kind of effect has that have on the bond market?
In October, in the bond market, it was very quiet because the rates, the market yields were going up. So in last week, when the Monetary Policy Committee cut the CBR rates to 11% as we expected, we have seen some positive and some demand coming in the bonds, and this has translated to decrease in the yields. And if you notice, giving an example, an infrastructure board, just before the announcement by MPC, it was trading at a yield of 13%. Today, as you check, today's trading below 12%. So there have been some appreciation in the bond market, reflecting what the CBK did in cutting the CBR rate.